So today's event really was a coming together of the emergency services organised by the Shire of Waroona. The idea behind it was to educate the older students in town and hopefully their families around just how easy these crashes can occur.
Obviously, emergency services have been called to this event. Obviously, with a motor vehicle accident, sometimes people can be trapped, and this is where we use DFIS, so our local fire support units.
Demonstrating how all the emergency services act at a scene of a crash, I suppose, opens everybody's eyes to our role, what we do, how we do it, and I suppose the reality of a situation where injured people are cut from vehicles, but it can be more serious than that. So with the scenario that we played out for the students today, we had a vehicle stage with an injured person within the vehicle as a passenger and a driver that was at fault. So the volunteer fire and emergency services were first on scene. So they assessed the situation, made the situation safe by disconnecting the vehicle's battery, which is standard practice. And then they've spoken to the occupants. They've identified that the passenger needed to be extracted, put, I believe, some first aid in place, and then they've commenced getting the vehicle cut apart, really. They've taken the door out, the rear door, which has allowed St John's ambulance crew to sit behind, put a neck brace on the patient and keep them safe and as stable as possible. Would be pretty traumatic because the jaws of life were used to chop through steel to make enough space so that then a backboard could be used by the St John's ambulance crew that turned up secondly. They extracted the patient in a safe and stable manner, obviously not to cause any more injuries, and then the patient was taken off via ambulance for medical treatment, and then police turned up. Obviously we look at things such as what evidence needs to be gathered, who's potentially at fault, and in this scenario the driver was arrested and conveyed back to the police station to undergo breath tests. With the charges Lily's facing, we'd have to wait for medical reports for the injuries to the passenger. For this, depending on if you've been caught drink driving previously, you're definitely going to lose your licence, and ultimately you can go to prison for 12 months or 18 months for continuing to drink and drive as well. This kind of thing, drinking and driving, you know, young people do it, unfortunately. They think they're not going to get caught, or they don't understand because they're new to driving just how easy it is to go over the limit. So if you get convicted of a drink driving offence, the impact is quite long lasting. That's going to test their friendship. Also, what's her friend's parents going to think of Lily? What are Lily's other friends going to think of Lily? There's a lot involved. These people were friends. What happens if you injure somebody else, a stranger? What happens if you injure somebody's child? Please make sure you're safe while you're in cars, and if you're with people that you don't trust, or you see them driving with alcohol, drugs, or if they're on the phone while they're driving, or they're speeding and driving dangerously, you need to think about your safety. So
when I get asked to share Jack's story, I'm hopeful to reach more schools. Yeah, sending the message out there. We provide support to anyone who's been impacted by road trauma. That's free counselling, free mindfulness workshops, and we also do peer support and community outreach. If someone's been affected by road trauma, I'd love for them to call us. Our team of counsellors are amazing, and if you can't go to them, they will go to you in your home. They're just amazing.
So in this scenario, the emergency services turned up in the order that they did. Now, that can vary. We may be first on scene, or the ambulance may be first on scene, but what's crucial for us is that we all work well as a team. We know each other well. We attend many incidents together, unfortunately, but we know each other personally as well. They're all volunteers. They have real jobs they get paid to do, and they do this in their own time, which supports us because we're a full-time emergency service. We get paid to do just what we do, and it's through the efforts of the volunteers here in town, you know, giving up their time and jumping into cars and attending these scenes in the middle of the night or during their working day, which supports the police in being able to respond to these matters and support the community. The concept of running this program was to demonstrate to the older students, who are going to be our next generation of drivers, the impact not only on them individually, their immediate family and friends, their circle, but also to the wider community, just how devastating one of these crashes can be. You know, what we've put together today and the school have hosted and the Shire have driven will have some impact, a positive impact. If it saves one life, if it saves one person from ending up in traction or in hospital, well, it's a good thing. It's been worthwhile. So.